Well, we made it. I'm proud of us. It's the last Sunday without the NFL until 2026. The NFL draft is finally here, and the Bears will pick 10th overall in the first round tonight. There are also some reports coming in that GM Ryan Poles and head coach Ben Johnson could make the move to trade up for Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. Mike Berman is live outside of Lambeau Field with more. Hey, Mike.
NBC5's Kacy Standohar live at the UC, where we really need that home court energy tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen, Marion. It is win or go home for the Bulls. They're hungry to advance in the playoffs, something that they just haven't been able to do in past seasons. Now, they've had a stellar March, a great April so far, winning 10 of their last 15 games, and that success is due in large part to guys like Kobe White and Josh Giddey. Now that the Bears are 8-3, it's clear this team is having fun and backing it up. The Bears defense shined bright once again, delivering despite multiple injuries at linebacker. You just mentioned it. And Sean Wright tying Kevin Byard with 5 interceptions on the season so far. Between the two of them, they lead the league. Kyle Monangai having himself a day, right? 13 carries for 81 yards. He and DeAndre Swift combined for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Monangai in the locker room after the game shared with me what's been working so well for this team, now on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, just trusting the guys up front. I always give props to them because they work so hard to move those guys in front.
If it's Mason Rudolph instead, and we don't see the Bears' arch nemesis, Dennis Allen's unit has been preparing for that, too.
It's nearly 30 years since we've seen a rookie on the mound in the All-Star game, so incredible start for him coming up on Tuesday. Let's move on. Angel Reese in the WNBA. The team kind of in the middle of the standings here, but she's a rookie you want to talk about. She extends her double-double streak to 15 games. She's a double-double machine. Is it more important for the Sky to make a playoff appearance this year? Or is that accolade of Rookie of the Year something you want if you're the Chicago Sky? Well, Bears slot cornerback Kyler Gordon got a big payday and is now ready to reach new heights with Dennis Allen's new defensive scheme. Gordon and the Bears agreed to a 3-year, $40 million extension on Sunday, making him the highest paid nickel in the NFL.
Coach, we know Michigan likes to run the football. How can you slow the run today and force this new starting quarterback into some uncomfortable situations?
We got to play our defense.
Wide receiver Pat Bryant ranking 4th in the nation in receiving touchdowns. What can you tell us about the chemistry between him and Luke Altmaier?
Him and PB, Pat and Luke have really gone back to last January.
Coach, you've had the bye week to prepare for this Michigan State team. You've done a lot of prep on them as well. What stands out to you in your eyes?
Well, they're a team that's gotten better every week.
Creighton second baseman Matt Sherman has had a stellar Big East tournament so far. He's 5 for 10 with a home run, a double, and 2 RBI. And Creighton head coach Ed Service commended his efforts, saying he has more than 40 RBI on the season, and we got more out of him than we ever anticipated. Your first title in 6 years. Why was this team the team to get it done?
Well, we stayed healthy, and they were disappointed, every bit as much as anybody else that we weren't here last year.
Evan, we just talked to him. 7 strikeouts today. What stood out to you about the way he was able to attack hitters?
And that's exactly it. He attacked them.
Big East champions for the first time since 2018 on the anniversary to the day of Jack Kaiser's passing. What does that mean to you?
It's an emotional thing.
We have kettle corn here. I know you guys were talking about it, so it made me a little bit hungry. And I'm going to try some because it is delicious. Kettle corn, like the perfect finger food snacks. A little salty, a little sweet.
Are you delivering to the booth, Kacy?
Well, I can for a charge.
Everything's free at Prasco Park, and you're going to make us pay for the kettle corn?
I got to make a profit.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, it's a show business.
We're hanging out with Pete Armstrong. We knew this year that the defense would be effective, but it's the offense that's surprising a lot of people, especially the power at the plate, and specifically from you. Was there a tweak in your mechanics, or is it an overall approach thing that's really helped you?
The approach really has probably been the driving force in any sort of success that I've seen recently.
We know you turned down a contract, but is there anything else you want to prove?
No, I think I just want to keep gaining my teammates' trust.
The Cubs are moving on. For the first time since 2017, the Northsiders will see the NLDS. This is pretty major considering the Cubs had to claw their way into October. At one point, they led the division, gave that up to Milwaukee in the end, and now they'll face Milwaukee on Saturday. Let's get to the highlights. You can't go golfing during a decisive Game 3. Come on. Pete Crow Armstrong gets things going in the bottom of the second. With the bases loaded, he delivers. Hits one to center. It'll drop, and the Cubs take the 1-0 lead. Strong start for the Northsiders. Then, in the 7th, Michael Bush says, "Who's your Padre?" Sends one deep to right field, and Wrigley is losing it.
Cubs up 3-0 after that homer. Then in the ninth, 2 on and the go-ahead run at the plate for San Diego. Furman with the high fly ball to center. PCA, he's got it. And the Cubs win 3-1. Fly the W, NLDS, here they come. Our Mike Berman was in the clubhouse for the celebration and has won. Game 3 of the World Series will go down as an instant classic, although it wasn't all that instant at all. If you didn't stay up for all 18 innings last night, we'll show it to you. Dodgers and Jays in LA tied at 1 game apiece, and Shohei Ohtani put on an absolute show. 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a postseason record 9 times on base. And then in the 18th, yes, you heard that right, Freddie Freeman launches one at the wall in center field, and he sent Dodger Stadium into a frenzy, walking it off with a homer to give LA the 2-1 series lead. If you remember last season, too, Freeman was the walk-off hero with a Game 1 10th inning grand slam. The Bears' only touchdown came from running back Kyle Monangai, but 2 picks for the Bears defense, and this punt return in the 4th quarter from Devin Duvernay, a huge 56-yard return, puts the Bears in field goal range. Bears down 17-16 with seconds left in regulation, and Cairo Santos, how about this, makes the 48-yard walk-off field goal to win it with time expiring. Another unlikely win, but a win nonetheless. It was a crisp August morning in Columbus, Ohio, the same sacred ground where it all began for Lee Corso. We'll show you the special moment he shared with fans for his final pick. Joining me now to talk all things Cubs is MLB Network insider and field reporter John Paul Morosi. I know you spent some time in Chicago this past holiday weekend, and I want to get to that in just a moment. But first, the biggest shocking news of the day is that Seiya Suzuki nowhere to be found on the All-Star team roster. I mean, he's the league RBI leader, 6th in home runs. How does that happen, John?
Kacy, that's a great question, and I wish I had a good answer for you.
All of Chicago is outraged, so I certainly hope so. But you were witness to a franchise record 8 home runs set on the 4th of July. What has impressed you most, I know you touched on it a little bit, about the Cubs' turnaround this season, and how sustainable do you think that current success is going into the second half?
Kacy, I think it is sustainable because when you consider the different reasons why they have been so good. Kyle Tucker is doing Kyle Tucker things.
We hear fans in Chicago chanting MVP, MVP, but from a national perspective, do you think his first half of the season that he's done enough to earn that title?
Well, he's in the conversation, I would say, Kacy, and maybe even Tucker could be in the conversation too.
What's your sense of the Cubs' approach at the deadline? Are they buyers like most people think, and how aggressive could they be?
Certainly buyers.
Bears training camp is underway, and a new era has officially been unlocked in Lake Forest. Right now, all eyes are on the new head coach leading the charge, but Ben Johnson spent a little time this morning clearing up some confusion at yesterday's practice.
Now, the Reinhart family and the Chicago Bulls star will be linked forever. Our Kacy Standohar talked to the family, and she joins us now with more. Kacy.
Steph and Allison, how do you grieve the loss of a loved one and celebrate life at the very same time? Angie and Carl Reinhart are still figuring that out. Their son Alex tragically ended his own life just 2 years ago at the age of 20, and they didn't see it coming. We were there last night for the special meeting that's healing both Lonzo Ball and the family as well.
And to be able to watch him play with a little bit of Alex in him just feels like such a blessing.
So, of course, the Reinhart family hopes to raise more awareness surrounding mental health, the importance of organ donation, and suicide prevention. They actually all wore bracelets with the phrase "Keep Exploring," which is really important to Alex. He was very adventurous. And it also has the 988 crisis hotline number if anyone is struggling. History doesn't usually repeat itself this fast. However, just 3 weeks after breaking the single-game scoring record once held by Candace Parker, Trinity Jones went ahead and broke her own record.